hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Sidekick channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so we're going to do a complicated one. I imagine it's going to be anyway. Charles Spencer, Epstein and Megan. And see if there's any connection. I do apologise if you hear anything thumping, banging in the background. I'm having some work done on the back garden and I don't really have a choice. I've shut all the windows, but I keep hearing them, so I do apologise, but I've got to get this reading done now. Okay then, so what do I need to know about Charles Spencer and Jeffrey Epstein? Well, they've got a woman in common, okay? They've got a woman in common, but I also feel as well, they've definitely got a woman in common. That's what I keep hearing. So I'm getting, like, be confident here in this situation. So I do believe that Charles Spencer and Epstein have had a relationship, not an acquaintance, and a relationship. How did Charles Spencer feel about Epstein? Well, that, you know, he wasn't all he appeared to be, okay? But this isn't just being a predator. This is an asset, okay? An asset. Working for, you know, one or more governments. So he always suspected that. And I kind of feel that this relationship wasn't started like, you know, a party or a friend. It's like a very small group here. What does Charles Spencer know about Epstein that we don't? I feel like Charles Spencer was warned off Epstein, but I also see that, you know, Epstein had two different faces, okay? He had his parties, whatever, blackmail, and then he's the asset as well. So although Epstein had wisdom, it seems that, you know, he never wanted to listen to people. But I also feel like Charles Spencer was warned about him and warned off him, but still was associated with him. I mean, this guy knew an awful lot about everybody, did Epstein. You know what? I know what he is. I know what he's been accused of. And I know, you know, all the bad stuff. But he's a genius for being able to do what he did. He's the only man in the world that has set up a trap for every influential people, even before he knows that they're going to be influential. It's like he can predict that, you know, these are people that are going to be in power, and so goes after them. What kind of relationship did Spencer and Epstein have? There was always plans, okay? There was always plans about setting things up. It seems like Epstein was always ahead of everybody and everything. And he was. He still is. So we've got negotiations here. Did Epstein ever, you know, did Epstein ever try to blackmail Spencer? Oh, you can bet your bottom dollar he did. I think that's when Spencer knows, you know, that people are right about Epstein. But I'm getting like as if they Spencer drops out of Epstein's life, or Epstein drops out of Spencer's life, but then they come together again. So it's as if they've like disagreed on something, and then they've come together. Did Epstein, just yes or no universe, I won't turn the card. Did Epstein attempt to blackmail Spencer? I said I won't turn the card, so it's a no. Well, I said attempt. Did Epstein have... I kind of feel like that's an apology. You were right, you were right, you were right. Yeah, so what did Epstein have over Charles Spencer? King Charles. But also, as well, I think about, you know, money. I'm getting information as if we're getting, you know, top chain levels of profession. Did Epstein try and barter with Spencer regarding Charles? Oh, you can bank on that. I'm also getting a matter of national security. Is it national? Also see money here. Lots of money. But you can bank on the fact that, you know, Epstein did have something over. So this is to do with Charles again. How did Spencer's... What did Epstein know about what Spencer's done to King Charles? Hiding something, okay? Hiding. So the blackmail is around King Charles. But it's like Spencer has a hold of Charles. What does Spencer have over Charles? And I'm deliberately not trying to ascertain. I want to see if there's something else. So you won't hear me talking about anything else at the minute, like people, like, you know, sons and that. What did Spencer have on Charles? I've got to. I think Spencer has had a lot of suspicion over Charles, but I don't feel like it's the Diana Carr thing. And I see him still applying pressure. Is Charles Spencer somehow still causing Charles stress and pressure? Oh yeah, and it's about to get a lot worse. Oh dear. It's like as if he wants him not to be able to cope with things, you know, like, but this isn't just about in you, around you, in you. It's about putting the press, you know, giving the pressure and stress is coming from outside, okay? And they're putting all the stress and pressure on the king. So he is about to go through something awful. So really what I mean is, you've got Meghan putting the pressure on. You've got Harry putting the pressure on. You've got mainstream media putting the pressure on. You've got royal fans putting the pressure on. You know, it's everybody involved. The commentators, the news, the BBC. There's such a lot that is going to come. And you've got Andrew. But there's such a lot to come right now. And I feel like King Charles can't cope. But it's also that what he's doing to the monarchy, okay, is making it hard for other people to cope. And that's probably with all the stupid things he's saying, and he's a defender of all faiths. Honest to God, don't get me started. I could swear my head off for 5 minutes about that. I think it's absolutely outrageous. And he doesn't care about us. He's just, I'm sorry, guys, okay? He doesn't care about us. He should have dissolved Parliament, or at least spoken out. He shouldn't be fraternising with, you know, what I would say is making us afraid of, okay? Those people, those books, those places. And he's done sod all for William. I mean, what's Charlie Boy playing at? Yeah, all is not what it seems, so what we're seeing is not what you get. There's something more. So he's doing all this, and what we see now is that level, okay? What I'm needing to get under is under that level, because there's something more going on. And what is it that's going on? Is you know, Charles, the king, wanting to destroy his own monarchy? Yes or no? Yes. I didn't say I wouldn't turn the card this time. I feel like somebody's trying to pull Charles out, King Charles out. I think whatever he does, you know, in the next few weeks, I've got 8 weeks actually, but between now and 8 weeks, I just see loads of damage done. Loads of damage. Let's go back to Spencer, Epstein and Megan then. Did Charles Spencer meet, hear or see of Meghan before she went out with Harry? Yeah, absolutely. She was recruited for Harry, okay? Why would he do that? I know we've been through these readings before, but why did he want Meghan for Harry? To cause as much damage as possible. Spite and vindictiveness. So I see 2 men and a woman. Well, that is Meghan. One will be Charles Spencer. Who's this guy? Harry's collateral damage. Did Meghan meet on... Yeah, did Meghan meet with Charles Spencer before she married him? Well, no, not before. Before she met him. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's terrible. So we're still right that Spencer has done this shit, hired Meghan with Harry. Spiteful, spiteful, spiteful. How did Epstein feel about Charles Spencer? A bit childish. Likes to distort and exaggerate the truth. So, you know, it's your black cat's not as good as mine, whatever the saying is. I think Epstein kept, you know, part of the youth, the young ones, away. Or tried to. Young people have caused anxiety. So did, you know, Charles Spencer ever go and dip himself in, you know, whatever, on these bloody islands with young girls? I kind of feel he did, but I'm hesitating because I'm not seeing too many. Right, okay, so, you know, did Charles Spencer sleep with the young girls? Any of them? No. So I can't see that young girls was his thing. I also can't see that Epstein would have had so much over him. I mean, you've got money and dealings and what he's said about Charles, but Andrew would have told Epstein everything. So whoever he worked for, especially the Israelis, would know. I just kind of feel like Epstein would have wanted to keep that dirty thing away. So was it just social then? Was it, you know, just social with Epstein? They was going to work together on something. They was going to work together on something. So they're going forward, and that was the way it was going. And I'm getting, you know, Spencer chasing his tail. I don't mean literally neither, okay? But yeah, running round in circles. What did Epstein, because Epstein always wanted something from someone. What did Epstein want from Spencer? Wanted to know all about the burdens. He wanted what burdens others, so the royals. Is King Charles being blackmailed by Israel's? Well, I get the king feeling like his connection to Israel. Do you know what? I think he has, you know. I think Israel has got something on him. Because I'm seeing somebody unreliable, insincere. Well, that's where you believe somebody, you know, and you think they're a good person, and then you say it turns out that they're fake as I don't know what. As fake as a bottle of Megan's wine. Right, interestingly, let's get into it. Did Epstein ever meet Meghan before Harry. He certainly did. Through an organisation. Well, he had a network, and he kind of was an organisation. How did Epstein feel about Meghan Markle prior to meeting Harry? Wrong side of authority here. Taking somebody down, bullying. So, she's obviously been hired by a network, and she was bullying. I don't think she'll give the right impression neither. Did Meghan go on Epstein's yachts? No, she'll have wanted to, but she couldn't. Now, I've said before about Andrew, and I know people have their own thoughts, and I know you've been told stuff, so I can only say that I'm not always right. However, I got it with Andrew that she wasn't directly linked to him. He was around, he'll have been in the same places, but Meghan could never break in. So she would have tried many a times. Did Epstein hire Meghan to disrupt the royal family? No. Why would he do that if he's got information over him, why would he do that? He wouldn't. He would need that leverage. He would have needed that information. So it looks like Meghan's tried to get in any which way. So he didn't hire her. Did Epstein know Charles Spencer had hired Meghan? Same card there. Childish behaviour, exaggerating the trophy. Probably thought that is a mental thing to do, really. So, he probably thought, oh, he's exaggerating. He's telling stories. Did Charles Spencer confess to anybody that he hired Meghan Markle to destroy and disrupt the monarchy? Well, that would have been a bit reckless. And it's already reckless already, because the only person that is, going to spill would be Meghan. So I'm getting reckless, impairment. Maybe when he's had a drink. When Charles Spencer has alcohol, does he speak about Meghan? Yeah, tells everybody he caused it. He caused this. He caused this. This is what he, stupid man. Does Charles Spencer like to brag about Meghan at any time, and that he's responsible? He put her up to it. Yeah, all the drama. Loves it. Loves it. All this online. She's a genius. She's this. She's that. She's managed to do it. How did Meghan feel about... He's had information on her. Did Epstein have, you know, dark information on Meghan? Absolutely. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I can see a few videos a bit on the internet as well. And it's about the friends she was keeping, the relationship she has with people. Does Epstein believe that Meghan is a plant? Yes. It's about making the royals look bad. She's done that. Andrew. Should have just left it to Charlie Boy because he seems intent on destroying our monarchy. Oh, I've got a top in my head. Yeah. So I have to say, so hang on. Just because somebody's got cancer doesn't mean that you can't bring out and highlight their bad points. Some people think, oh, when you have cancer, they're untouchable and you can't say this and you can't say that and you can't say the other. Well, you can. Having cancer doesn't make you an un-arsehole, okay? It just gives you a plaster, a breather, an excuse. At the end of the day, Charlie Boy can get himself out to a you know, garden party. He can go all these places. So, and he's got cancer. Yes, we know. Yes, we know. He can go and talk about, you know what, don't you? You know, yes. And then, oh, I fancy some lamb. Anyway, so he can do all these things. So, yeah, he's still open for criticism, okay? It's still okay to do it. Now, where it comes with his son and his father, that's a different kind of relationship. The king has us. He should be looking after us. And again, more anger is coming. I can feel it. And every time I do this and I've, you know, it's not a rant about him, okay? It's all going to happen. It's all coming on top for Charlie. Good idea. Good idea. Okay, did Meghan ever meet Andrew in person before Harry? Oh, I'm getting serious long-term unhappiness here. She certainly made him feel uncomfortable, but I'm seeing that more after, okay? Right, well, just come straight out. Did Meghan have sexual relationships with Prince Andrew ever? That will be a no. No, she wanted to go to parties, and when he was there, you know, she either couldn't get through because I see like a VIP area cut off, and she wouldn't have been able to get in there. Does Andrew believe that Meghan is a plant? No, he just thinks she's been difficult. Out of control, tempted by money all the time, and the next big thing, chasing this, chasing that. What's an idiot? Do you know what, right? Say they had 60 million. She'll have spent 58, okay, trying to get herself a business. It just makes no sense when you spend more than an income. And these are all vanity projects as well. Does Meghan deliberately set up failure? Of course she does. She don't care. It's one bipolar idea after another. Yeah, she don't care. She's just wasting time, wasting money as well. But she can't see that, you know, she's too far gone. What was the last conversation that Meghan has had with Charles Spencer? Carry on, he knows what he's doing and it's effective and it's working, and, you know, oh, your latest good idea, Meghan, is brilliant. They're going for, it's about William. William to me is always the king of cups when he's not the prince, okay, just as a normal person, or as a prince, sorry. But when he's king, he's the king of swords, or when he's doing his king duties. So they spoke about William. What else did they discuss? So we know what we're doing, and then we're talking like a separation and divorce. Or maybe, you know, did Meghan say she's had enough and wants out? Getting in denial. Oh, wait till she wakes up. Honestly, all that trauma. Will Meghan ever wake up and have that self-awareness that I have? Her children will make her realise. It's her children. He knows what he's doing. Attack William, but then she's wanting to turn her back on it because she's denying the future children. That's how she sees it. What does Charles Spencer want Meghan to do to the king or William? Yeah, just keep sending out their missiles, you know, send out one article after another after another. I think he wants her to come here. As Charles Spencer suggested, Meghan comes to the UK. I would say so, you know, because it's make peace and forgiveness. So he wants them back in the fold. So I got there, didn't I? I got somewhere about an agency. I think that's an agency. Is it an agency? Whatever this agency is, it's like bad. I kind of feel it's an agency where you go to and you want to be made to look better. I don't mean physical looks. Last Chance Saloon. Why did Spencer hire Meghan? Because Spencer's got more planned, so he would have needed her as the vehicle. Without her doing it, he wouldn't be able to have all this backlash. How did Epstein see Meghan and her role in the royal family? But all she did was, bring upset. All she's done is bring upset, okay? So Epstein didn't hire her, and although there's a connection with Epstein and Spencer, it still, to me, just feels like it is Spencer. Is Charles Spencer the one that's responsible for Meghan? He despises the king. He despises William. I think William wasn't as manipulated, okay? I think Charles Spencer had Harry as his favourite, only because he'd just go along and play along and he's a bit too dumb to question anything, or even too polite, actually. Just, I know, Harry and polite, yes, it can happen. Okay, what does Spencer want to happen now with Meghan and the royal family? What does he want to happen? What is it all that must happen? Look beneath the surface. So basically, you've got the royal family there on that level thinking they're okay. Meghan's going to go in under the tunnel and blow it up. Okay, so I see a bridge on London as well. Why am I seeing the London Bridge near Parliament? Because somebody's pulling stunts. So I'm seeing Parliament. I saw the bridge first and then I see Parliament. So I'm getting something going off that involves Parliament. Well, this is where I mess up my reading, I think. Okay, so does Charles Spencer... What does Charles Spencer feel about Major Johnny Thompson? It came as a shock. It came as a shock. It was like, what? So... he's found out that later, He's found out later. Or did he? Did Diana tell Charles Spencer about Major Johnny Thompson? Absolutely. There's Diana. She knew, she knew, she knew. She knew who the mother was as well. Everybody keeps asking, who's Johnny's mother? Huh, if I knew that, I'd have $1 million in the bank. All I can say is I definitely know that it must be somebody he worked with maybe or was working around him, because they have a flirty, nice relationship, polite, cordial. And then somehow, I think Charles and this lady have had a couple of drinks. You know, they haven't got wrecked or anything. They've had a couple of drinks and they've needed each other. They've needed that comfort, even if it was just one night. Does Charles Spencer want Meghan? After she's finished in blackmailing everybody, you know, does Charles Spencer want this out in the open? Well, unless pushed, Charles won't do it. And King Charles won't do it. And Spencer, well, he's not doing it neither. You know, doesn't want to see the bad guy. He can leak it, but he's not going to say it. He's not going to be responsible for it. Did Epstein know that Major Johnny Thompson is Charles's son? I've got to. Right, so these are my meanings, not anybody else's. So I'm getting your enemy. So make the best part of you and build on that. I absolutely believe this has been used over and that there's just been one bad decision after another, after another. I'm getting enemy. So Epstein would have known that Spencer was an enemy. Did Epstein see that Charles Spencer was actually an enemy of the royal family? Yes. Still upset after all those years. Still upset after all those years. So did Epstein know about Major Johnny Thompson? Yeah, he did. Andrew Love told him, you know. So did he know? He did, and it's a poor decision because everybody could blackmail, you know, it leaves King Charles wide open. So did Ghislaine know? About Major Johnny Thompson? There you go, family, yes. I'm getting within the first 4 years. Within the first 4 years, then, you know. And I kind of feel like Harry and William wouldn't have known till later. Okay, so they'd have had a playmate, as in Johnny, coming over every so often. But it would have been when they could understand, because Diana told her brother, Diana told this, Diana told that. So where are we at then? Meghan wanted an Epstein girl. She tried to get in. Andrew, he didn't want to have out to do with her. I do not believe for one moment that they've had any relations. I believe Spencer hired Meghan beforehand to do this and what comes next as well, which isn't good. What is coming next then from Meghan to the royal family? a broken partnership, so not doing something, not committed. Does Meghan intend? You see, Meghan's clever, so what she'll do is she would use that as leverage to extort as much as possible out of it, and then go and tell you when you've nothing more to give. Is Meghan using Johnny to get the king to step down, abdicate? No, it's about legal. So if she wants to force him on edge all the time. King Charles is worried. Do you know, sometimes it's not the lie you tell. It's the lies you tell afterwards to cover that lie. Okay, let's have a look then. So, is Harry in on this with Spencer? It might not be in at first, but let's have a look. No, I think all this is, you know, turning his world upside down. So, no, I don't think this was Harry's intention. You've got two arseholes, Spencer and Meghan, you know, that are capable and psychopathic enough to do this. However, Harry's not psychopathic, okay? He's quick to anger and all that, I know, but... And I don't believe the other stories of him beating women to a pulp and they're in a hospital in a coma and all like that. It's absolute bullshit, and if you can prove it to me, then please drop me a line. But if you're taking it from anybody else, you know, who just state it as fact, I'd be very careful. There's no way any mother would allow her daughter to be abused. G-R***PED. Yeah, I said GR for it. You know, and take a payoff. I don't think so. No decent mother in the world would do that. So that's not true. I've cleared that up before anyway. No, he might throw the odd punch or something, but even nice people can lose the rag when pushed and under pressure. I once slapped my husband right in the face, but it was automatic. He was doing something. I don't know. We weren't arguing or fighting. He was just playing with me. And honestly, it was just instinct. And I slapped him. And then I said, afterwards, I went, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. You know, so there's instinct there as well. I certainly won't go slapping him around the chops, you know, willy-nilly. I can't remember what he did, but he didn't even deserve it. It just happened. Family, family, family. Okay. Does Charles Spencer want Johnny exposed? Oh, I feel he does, you know, because the royal family have been telling lies all this time. I mean, what's your end game, Spencer? What is Spencer's end game with this monarchy? Devil reversed. I'm telling you, this is bad. It just is fueled by anger. Even Epstein could see it. Even Andrew saw it. William saw it. Diana saw it. His two sisters have seen it. Obsessed. He wants it out, but he don't want it to, you know, to be coming from him. Why? Why? If you're so full on and sure of yourself, Mr. Spencer, why are you being a coward? What's your reason for not wanting it to be seen as you? What is your reason? Your reason is because you're a fraud. You're an absolute fraud. You've paid for Harry's marriage, you know, woman. It's all a fraud. And you know what, Spencer? You might think you know everything, matey, but you don't, because I'm seeing that you've got something wrong. Well, you got something wrong. Yeah, you're right. Got something wrong with you. This is so bad. Does Harry know or suspect that Spencer hired Meghan? Well, I would say so. I would say so. Now, I got it a couple of times. I think it was last year where I picked up that Harry had listened to one of my videos. Now, he does know who I am, and so does Meghan, because I had a message for Scurby, and I wrote to him, well, on email. He never answered back, but he certainly knew who I was. So that means if Scurby knew, Boozy knew, then of course Harry and Meghan knew. And don't worry, I won't kiss in their ass or out like that. But they was going to find out something anyway that had come from me. So I chose to get in there first. Never heard anything back. But I know Scobie passed the message to Boozy because I had him shouting all over about me. So, you know, I'm getting here, dark man. This is killing him, this. This is killing him. All Harry can think of is the funeral. His father's funeral. But saying that, you know, Harry's got a dark mind as well. How does he feel about Spencer? Well, I feel like he thinks Spencer needs to see a doctor and all. How does Harry feel about Spencer's involvement? No, how does Harry see Spencer now? That the royal family did the right thing. So this must be regarding his mother and the way she passed. So do you know what? Where Spencer and Meghan was favourite and the royal family was out, now the royal family are in and Spencer and Meghan are out. That's how he feels. Answers a lot of questions, doesn't it, Harry, about how much he knew about your mother. All those tiny, tiny details that you can't get from the press. How he has been fooled and vulnerable enough and naive to think that Meghan is a psychic. Well, she can't read on anybody else. She can only read on Diana. He's not bright, is he? Did Harry ever see my readings about Charles Spencer? Yes. He didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to believe it. Needed somebody else's input. And then he can't go along and just say off the back of a psychic, oh, this has happened, that's happened, you're responsible for this. No, what he's done is he's slowly been working it out and confirming without being upfront about it. So he needed to prove it. Stuck and trapped for a while. I think we're getting 8 months, which would make sense, I think, because... But where was I? I was on holiday when I first did this. So, yeah, I mean, I've been going on about it for 2 years, but I only let Harry know in a reading. It was last year. I don't know if it was last August. Oh, I think it was last August. Was it last August? Celebrations delayed. He wasn't around. He wasn't around. You know, you got Invictus, haven't you, as well? Well, does Meghan know that Harry knows what she's been up to? Oh, yes. Well, where does all her money come from? She was getting paid for this. The last 4 years, been receiving money. People say, oh, Charles Spencer ain't got that much money. Oh, sorry, I think he has. Why am I thinking 4 million? Because that's what she wanted. But I feel there's been problems there, you know. So funny I mention about Spencer and money, but she wants it. Okay, I want bombshells now. Bombshell about King Charles. What's coming out? Oh, we refuse to help somebody. Another bombshell, please. I think that's Andrew. Yeah, look at that. Anger. Being your own worst enemy. So he's going to really piss us off soon. So you got the devil. I can only imagine in with King Charles it's going to be some form of religion. Another bombshell, please. The truth coming out. And our last and final bombshell. Oh, Charles is in a whole heap of trouble here. Okay, he's going to have to defend himself about the truth. People will be angry, but they'll also see him as, you know, being his own worst enemy. And seemingly not wanting to do something for us as well. It's like he's just holding back. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. King Charles has been as much use as a chocolate fire guard, hasn't he? It's absolutely disgusting. I don't care. He can speak out about plants. He can go into politics. You know, he's broken every law that Elizabeth set for him, okay? Their politics, their climate, their mixing up of boundaries with religion. So he can get his ass into gear and speak up for his people. Okay. How do the people? What's the temperature of the people at the moment regarding King Charles? I'll tell you what, it's not good. No, I knew it wasn't good. No. Why hasn't he said something? Why hasn't he done something? Why can't he explain himself? Why doesn't he celebrate us all? I think a lot of people are going to be speaking up about this, you know, this certain religion that is fallen off. And there's just more and more details to come out, to be fair. Information that he doesn't want passed on neither. I don't see that he converted, but I just feel like there's more to come on this. Okay, so all this crap in this reading, does it lead to Johnny Thompson being exposed as Charles's son? Funny you got stress there and stress here, so, you know, he's still thinking about it. No, you're not. You're being a coward. That's what you are. You're being a coward. For once, you don't have the ability to come out with your own speech. Why is Charles so terrified of this coming out? Because he'd have to step down and abdicate, okay? That's what he'd have to do. Charles is not seeing things straight. He's not seeing how this upsets William or indeed Johnny. He's not seeing how it affects every member in the royal family. All he's trying to do is just hold on to his throne. Will he keep his throne? I don't think so. I just see family. I asked, will he keep his throne? And all I keep seeing is a home. He'll have to be seen as doing the right thing by his family. Now, it could be, you know, like I said before about Johnny, that he may say it wasn't him, it wasn't the king's role to tell, you know, that Johnny didn't want it. And if that's the case, then King Charles will be fine. And I think it is Johnny that didn't want a big part in the life, you know. He wanted to serve the Queen and his dad as well, but he's really not interested in all that pomp, ceremony and celebrity status or anything else. So I think it's you know, Johnny. So I don't think he keeps the throne. Because it's how it affects their family. Okay, last cards. Last cards. How does Major Johnny Thompson feel at the moment regarding this situation? That it was unrealistic to think, you know, it would have lasted so long without being discovered. That is being unrealistic, you know, as well. And that is that, you know, his dad's been unrealistic as well. You know, they're both guilty of hiding it, but obviously with Johnny, he gets a free pass. He doesn't want to come out. He just doesn't want to come out. Why? Because I kind of feel like, you know, why doesn't he want to come out? Because he, you know, the same there, look, the same. He volunteered to be isolated. He chose to sit it out. He's withdrawn from, you know, the public as well, with his skirt and everything. I mean, he is handsome, isn't he? He looks exactly, you know, he really is spitting of William. I think Harry looks like Charles. And I think William, I don't know, Diana is not the mother of Johnny. Yeah, just that's what he wants. So we've still got then, in a nutshell, that Meghan is not a plant hired by Epstein, the Clintons or anybody else. She was recruited by Spencer, who would have known about dodgy worlds anyway. Epstein saw him as, you know, a bit of a lowlife, an angry person that he wanted to cause, you know. Oh, I'll tell you. So did Epstein ever tell Prince Andrew and warn him off about Spencer? Absolutely. But the fact is, if you came out and said it, it's like losing more than you gain, you know. So they couldn't risk that. But Andrew is well aware that Spencer had a grudge. Can you imagine his face when he saw Meghan Markle? Again, no intimate details, just surrounded, you know, trying to get in his space, in his VIP section. It's not even, you know, a predator wanted Meghan. And Johnny fears that King Charles would have to abdicate as well, that there'd be pressure on him. So that's why they're still thinking about it. Well, you've been thinking about it for 40 odd years, Charles. You know, get a grip. This is all, you know, I'm going to tell you now, everybody who has done something bad, leadership-wise, you know, who have done something that the public really should know, is all coming out. So this is why King Charles is next, and unfortunately, Johnny is collateral damage. I mean, we love him and we'll get, you know, we'll support him and everything, but, you know, you're seeing it happen now with Macron, with Zelensky, with Starmer. All these things are about to blow the lid off, you know, and I do believe Candice Owens as well. I absolutely do believe what she's saying about Mrs. Macron. And I believe, you know, Starmer has stuff to hide as well with Ukrainian boys. And Zelensky, well, everybody knows his COKE head. And money. The Clintons have just been found out. Obama's getting found out. Even Trump will have some stuff to come out. Bill Gates, stuff to come out. Diddy, stuff to come out. You know, it's happening all over. This is not human. This is spiritual. They're clearing the way. Okay, guys, that's it from me. And I'll be back soon with another reading. I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you have, please help me out and like and subscribe. I am being censored, okay. Royal Grifter did a session on it either yesterday or day before. So I looked at my restrictions as well. I've got quite a lot restricted out of so many videos. So yeah, the only way we're going to do this is by breaking it and liking and subscribe, okay. Oh yeah, and I'm only about 6 or 7 away from getting to 6,400. Can you help me out, guys, okay? Help me get to at least, I don't know what, 64303, so 3, yeah, 6,403. The reason I do that is because when you get to the 6400, I would be going, oh yeah, and singing and dancing, and then some awful person goes and unsubscribes to take me back under the limit again. So I always like to just get a few more. But yeah, if you could help me do that, please, I would be so grateful. Okay, guys, have a nice day. And if you're in the UK, please stay safe with the sun. Drink loads of water and mix some ice cubes and stuff. And yeah, drink plenty. Okay. And use plenty of sun cream and wear a hat. I know, you're not my kids, are you? Okie dokie. Bye now. Bye-bye.